All right. After lunchtime, got to stay awake. I remember I used to fall asleep reading to my kids after lunchtime, but um, I'm gonna start with my little mindset moment, and then we're gonna talk about Pinterest and SEO. And there's a lot to cover. So let's get going first. I know we've talked about, now I sort of forgot what we were talking about. Done is better than perfect, and you need to be serving your people. The other thing is sometimes we feel like we are saying things over and over again. And it's like, are these people getting tired of me? Does everyone already know this? But here's what business owners forget. Repetition builds recognition. Let me say that. Repetition builds recognition. It's not a sign that you're boring, it's a sign that you're being remembered. Your audience is busy, they are distracted, they are scrolling, and they need to hear your message multiple times. Just like a favorite song on the radio, you hum it, before you even realize you know the words. I was talking to Andrew Pudo of IEW a few years back, and he was saying, I tell some of the same stories over and over again. And the funny thing is, some of the people have heard them, but they don't even remember them. And so just because you're saying something over and over doesn't mean they're bored with you. They need to hear it over and over. And really, I don't know where statistically, I've always heard someone needs to hear a message 7 times before they will take action. 7 times. So you're showing up with your lead magnet, your offer. They may not notice it the first time. I had people last night signing up for this VIP day, and they'd been hearing about it for a couple of weeks, and yet there they were signing up then. Just like Nike says, just do it on repeat over and over again. Um, well, and like on my podcast, I have a little tagline, and always introduce myself. I'm Carrie Beck from Homeschool Coffee Break, where we help you stop the overwhelm so you can take coffee break. And pretty much I say it all the time. That's not lazy, that's just smart marketing and a way to brand yourself as well. And you don't need a new lead magnet every month or even every year. You just need to promote the ones that you have consistently. Get it out there so that your message, your solution is what they are hearing over and over again. Um, you want to, as you do this, to connect. You want your audience to connect to you, remember you, and respond. And they do it when they know, like, and trust. And the way they know you is when they hear a message over and over again. I used to do a different webinar every month. Well, what am I known for? It's something different every month. Now, I'm not saying, you can do some different things, but I realized what I really wanted to do was promote my course. And so I was like, that is what I want to be known for. And so I do pull in this leadership idea in, even if I'm talking about, I don't know what, but I try to just throw that out on a regular basis. So that's what I'm known for. So you're not being annoying or redundant. You're becoming memorable, you're building trust, and you're leading. So keep showing up, keep repeating yourself because repetition builds recognition, and recognition leads to results. So that's my little talk. Let's get to the beginning of that. Now we're going to move into Pinterest, the power of lasting traffic. And I put these two together, Pinterest and SEO, because it is more of a long game. Although I was looking at my pins, and some of my pins already have some traffic, coming from that. As I said earlier, Instagram and Facebook last about 24 to 48 hours. Pinterest will last up to 12 months, maybe even longer. So Pinterest is not a social platform. It is a search engine. And people are going there on a regular basis. So I think what we need to do is shift our strategy. Don't chase the daily reach. You just want to build evergreen visibility. So you're constantly coming up over those 12 months, let's say. So the tyranny of the urgent is social. And then this is something I think both of these, SEO and Pinterest, are more long term. Now, there are buyers as well. that are coming to Pinterest. I really didn't think about this because I tend to just pin my lead magnets. But think about it. Companies like Whole Foods, Coca-Cola, Airbnb, Hyatt, Target, they are on Pinterest and they are getting, and it's working for them. Not only are they giving good content, but they're putting pins up of items to buy. And one of my mastermind members, I think it was Sharon, was saying she gets traffic for her product from Pinterest. She pins the actual product on Pinterest, not just the lead magnet. So that is something else to keep in mind. I think most of y'all are you see the value of Pinterest. I do want to just share one story. Ruth Sukup, who started Elite Blog Academy, she said Pinterest is her primary source of traffic and helped her build her blog to a seven-figure business. And she said for a while, she just sort of wasn't paying attention to it. And now that's where she spends a lot of time. And I have to tell you, in planning for this and planning for my training on Tuesday with the mastermind members and the HBU members, I am like, Carrie, you got to get back to Pinterest. Yes, it's still sending traffic, but there is so much more and it's lasting traffic. I mean, that Lucky Charm thing, I think I still have pins from years ago that I still get traffic. It's one of my number one topics on Pinterest. So what I want to do is pull up Pinterest. And oh, the other thing I am considering, since I do Facebook ads, not this summer, but maybe in the fall, spending some money on Pinterest. If it is so good and it can last, that may be a good place for us to spend money on as far as ads. So I'm gonna pull up Pinterest. Let me just do all three of y'all use Pinterest already, or at least have a basic understanding? Yeah. So we want vertical pins. Oh, here, this is my back end, but we're gonna look at this later. A pin like that, that's vertical, and you'll see I have the word free printable. We want a call to action on your pins. So this is my keyword, homeschool preschool activities. This usually it's not repetitive like this, but I've got the word free printable right there. And then I've got my watermark. So those are the two things that I try to keep in there as well. So let's talk about a good pin. And I'm going to let's go. I've got things in different places because I was having to use different accounts. So let's see. Nah, let's pull this up. And I'm telling you, I don't always do everything completely right, but it has been working for me. There we go. So here we've got a vertical image. It's got free on there somewhere. And it has my keyword on the image, and your keyword should be here in your so you can see homeschool morning basket, I think is what I was doing, or morning basket ideas was the keyword. And then it's got morning basket down there in the description. If I click on this, why is this not letting me click? I don't know what this thing did. This does not look right. It should take me to my blog post, not to the home page, not to the blog page overall. It needs to go to an individual landing page that has that keyword. It should be going to that, but it's not working. What's wrong with it? Well, let's just open this. Well, let's see if we save it. What happens? Okay.
Carrie, click on where it says visit site. That should take
there
you.
we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. It should go to the right place. Ross sort of set all that up. So there we go, 10 morning school ideas. You don't want it going to your homepage because sometimes I click on a pin and it takes me to the homepage and I have no idea how to get to the information that I'm looking for. So always make sure it's on the certain page that you need. So there's one thing, dedicated keywords. Let's look at this. How do we find good keywords for Pinterest? Come on back over here. So when you're in Pinterest, you can type in the search bar. That's not going to give you all the numbers, but let's say I'm looking for something with homeschool. Those are the suggested. That's what people are searching for right there. Homeschool room ideas, homeschool room, schedule, organization, routine, setup spaces. I could say homeschooling, and it's going to give me a few different ideas as well. So that is a quick and easy way to find some search terms for your pins as well. I tend to use whatever my SEO is one because my pins are always, not always, usually tied to my blog post. So I've already done general SEO type of things. But if I'm just working on Pinterest, that would be where you would do this. Make sure that when you're doing your search, it is for all of Pinterest. I'm in Pinterest, not where it searches my pins, if that makes sense. Because we want search for everything. Let's just look at this one. Say we go garden. There we go. Ideas, design, party, decor, planning, wedding, gardening. Let's see what they say. For beginners, um, let's do this one. Weeding. Weeding. Gardening, love, weeding, fear. That's interesting. Anyway, you can go in there and do some research in there as well. So that's one way we can get our keywords. Now let's go over here and to my boards. You need to have at least one board. Actually, I'm going to get, come on thing. There we go. So here's my homepage.
Boards?
Yeah.
If I click saved, I'm going to, these are my boards, and I have a lot of boards. But the first place I always pin my pin when I'm putting it up for the first time is this one, Best of How to Homeschool. These are only my pins, no one else's. So if you don't have a board that has just yours, then that would be one thing that you need to set up maybe today. This was the homeschool series we just did, and then I do have Christmas and Advent or Thanksgiving. I don't know. Anyway, so I have a few best ofs. Those are only mine. Then all the rest of these are a combination of my pins and other people's pins. So when you put it up like, let's say the best of, and then you can pin it to some other boards that you have that makes sense. So then I would encourage you, once you get this lead magnet and it's working and it's what you want to do, you need to repin your lead magnet, I would say at least once a month, especially like if you're focusing on one lead magnet through the summer, pin it June, July, and August. And when you repin it, it needs to have a new image. One thing I do is I have in Canva, well, right now I've got 3 templates. I'm getting 3 more made, and all I do is change the words. I mean, you can see when you look at this and the colors, because I have a few different color schemes, but these are more my spring and summer colors. When I get down here to Thanksgiving, I go into my dark green and orange colors. And so, but you can see they're very similar. I got, here, this one has script here and this, and all I have to do is change it. Here's another one that's sort of flip-flop like that. And I don't know where the rest of them are, but there's one there. So get something that you can use over and over and use that for a year and maybe, or maybe 6 months, depending on how often you're going to pin.
Carrie,
All
can
right,
I ask you,
yes.
doesn't Pinterest want you to do fresh pins, meaning different images? So if you're saying to pin it once a month, at least your lead magnet, does that mean you're saying you need to change the image as well?
And you need to change everything. Like say, well, let's go look at little Christmas activities. Okay, that's what I have right here. Now, you could actually just change the image itself, maybe, but if I were going to do this and I was going to pin it again, instead of that one, I may use this template that I have and change the words and the image for Christmas writing activities or whatever is said a second
How
ago.
about the description?
Does that make sense?
Do we need to change the description as well?
I don't know. That is a good question. I don't know. I mean, the main thing is you want your keyword in your title of the pin and keyword in the description.
Okay, thank you.
I would say you could probably, I mean, I don't know that I don't know. I will say this, we're going to talk about stats in a second. And person that I follow, two people, Kate All with Simple Pin, something like that. I'll put that in the members area. This way I'll forget. And Jenna Kutcher, um, as far as Pinterest is concerned, and Kate All, her whole business is Pinterest. And she says the number one metric for the pin algorithm is saves. When the more people that save your pin, that is what they're going to go after. So that's just something to consider. Outbound clicks, that's just your traffic to your site. And monthly views, when you look at it, that's just sort of a general health indicator of what's going on. Your followers are not really that important, the number of followers that you have. It's are people saving your pin? Again, remember, it's not social, it's a search engine. I personally use Tailwind to schedule my pins, and I put a link to that, but you can use the native one. I think there are some restrictions. I don't remember why, and I do pay for Tailwind. It's like 100 and something a year. But because I already know it, I already understand it, I just don't even need to figure something else out. So I just use it. Another person, Becky Beach, is someone that I was talking to, and she's big on Pinterest. And I asked her one time, hey, what about Tailwind? And she says, oh, I definitely would use Tailwind. It is worth it to keep using it. Because I think some homeschooling groups where they're like, oh, I'm not paying anymore. It's not helping. Well, if nothing else, it's just scheduling it for me and getting it done a lot faster than I could do it manually or using the native.
You know
So
what, Terry?
it is better to be consistent and pin 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 times a week, or I would say at least once a day. You can schedule it. I'm not saying you should go manually. Like you could probably go in and schedule the next 30. I think you can go up to 30 on the native one, but it's better to do consistency than just do a whole bunch on one day. So let's see.
Can I
Then the
tell-
other thing,
I'm sorry. When you are done, I wanted to share another way to do keyword search.
go ahead and tell
Come
me.
back to me when you're done, okay?
Okay. Well, I'm going to stop the share and then I am going to share a few little thoughts. So wherever they land on from Pinterest, you need to make it friendly for first-time visitors. You're trying to get new people on your list. And so just make it so it's real easy for them to see your lead magnet and for them to come and sign up for it. So think first-time visitors. Um, when you find some of your highest traffic pins, then you can really optimize those pages where those pins live as well. The other place I look to see where I'm getting my Pinterest traffic is Google Analytics. And so I can go in and see how, that's where I find out where Pinterest is in the whole big scheme of the traffic coming to my site. I checked it sometime this week, and it was at 27%, which is sort of average. Mine sort of hovers around 30%. So, and when you've got popular topics or seasonal topics, then create opt-ins or take your opt-in for that. Like for Christmas, I've got an advent calendar, 25 days, and people can opt in, and then that leads them to my Christmas product as well. And so I have different, obviously, you saw lots of Christmas things, but pretty much all of those are pushing people into my Christmas bundle as well. The advanced, but we're not going to go into it, you can use something called UTM tracking, and that can help you see where everything's coming from. But we're not going to go through that today. It's just something to keep in the back of your mind. Because it takes coding and all sorts of things. So your goal is sales conversions. You want them to go, and I get traffic from Pinterest that will then hit a tripwire as well. So that is Pinterest. Let's move quickly on over to
Carrie,
SEO.
Carrie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here, let me go. Janie, sorry.
If you pull Pinterest back up, just one other way that you can search for keywords that you didn't
Okay.
mention.
Let me get on this one, which is
So
not my
if you
account.
go to the home page, I think it is. So not the search bar.
No, I'm trying to. This is home. You mean on my account?
Your go try the home there, that image of that home.
Oh, home. This is, yeah, because see, it's saying
Oh.
home.
Well, the page you had a minute ago that had the columns with the words. I don't remember what it's called.
This.
Are you talking about Pinterest keyword finder?
Oh, is there one? Y'all know more than I do.
There is one that Pinterest has, and I don't know where to find it. I kind of usually find it by mistake. But Pinterest,
Janie,
I mean,
if
Tailwind.
you find it, I'll give you screen share in a second, but I forgot to show y'all something. So let's take this homeschool from rest. Here are some stats, okay? That's how many views. This came out last week. I've had 2 pins, and I don't know what that thing is. If I want more stats, I click here, and then that's going to give me, I mean, that was the first day, it was last or Friday, or maybe, I don't know, sometime in there. But that's going to tell me impressions, pin clicks, saves, all sorts of stuff. You can even do it by devices, content, organic or paid and earn, and your pins and other pins. And you can see where these 2 people, where they saved those. But anyway, so that when you are on your account and looking at your pins, those are the first primary stats, and then more stats. All right. Did you find it, Janie?
Yes, if you go to the Business Hub,
Here, I'm going to
there
just
was a
let you
link. If you go
share.
to your Business Hub,
Oh, Business Hub? Okay, wait, just a second. Oh, yeah. See, I'm telling y'all, I need. Business Hub, where are you?
so
You know, usually I can't get out of my Business Hub, and now I can't even get into my Business Hub. Where is this?
okay, click on the Pinterest logo with the menu bar.
Oh, here we go, Business
There
Hub.
you go. Okay, that's what page. No, go back to that page.
That's where I
Go
was a
back to
second
the one
ago.
you were
Yeah,
just on. Can you?
yes.
No, that's not the page. Go back to the, I know, stay on this page. Just click there. There you go. Okay, so do you see here under Analyze Performance?
Yes.
Down at the bottom, Pinterest Trends. If you click on that.
I was going to talk about this, and it's not in my notes. So,
Okay, so now you can, in the Pinterest Trends, you can enter in your topic, like your morning basket, for example. And
oh, yes, I did this yesterday. I just did not put it in my notes.
Mhm.
Here we go.
and
Because I
it
did look at this.
should give you some keywords of what's the trends or what's upcoming. So that just gives you an
Yes,
idea of what to look for in the next, 60 to
few
90
months.
days, for example.
So there's garden. You're right. Thank you. I actually did look at this past week. I had forgot to include it. Um, yeah. So do y'all see where to get this? Trends?
And I think even just as if you click where there you've got that menu bar and it just pulls up this page, it doesn't really even pull up the whole page. It just pulls that pull down menu. That's how
Yeah.
you access it.
Yes. See, I was messing around with all of this stuff a couple days ago. All right, does that make sense? So just get in your account and then hit here, and then that's going to pull up all the shortcuts to get to where we need. Makes
And
sense?
add something, Carrie, I've always had this problem. I've searched for keywords in many different ways. And mine, I don't know if it's too specific or not, but I don't get good keywords because I've got homeschooling teens. I get stuff for teens, I get stuff for homeschooling, but I don't get keywords for homeschooling teens other than really generic keywords.
Huh. Well, we're going to look at SEO in just a second, so let's use that. How's that sound?
Okay.
I'll use that as an example. So,
I have a question real quick
uh,
about Pinterest. I've heard before people talking about pinning in advance, like for Christmas activities, not pinning at Christmas or right before Christmas, but pinning like 3 months before. Is that?
yep. Like right now, you should probably be pinning for fall because it
Okay.
takes time for it to go through all the algorithm of whatever they're doing.
Okay.
So
So
when
that
do
is
you
very
do for
true.
Christmas?
Christmas, you could even be doing Christmas now. I mean, you want to get it going, but at least maybe September, August, September.
Okay.
So definitely, like I really need to be doing all my back to school stuff, but it's getting late, but I will still do some of it. But like right now, fall is what I would be pinning. I mean, do whatever. Like if I have a new blog post, I'm going to post it whenever it comes out. But if I have good pins, I want to keep them in some sort of doc where I can keep coming back to that blog post and make sure I'm constantly pinning. And your lead magnet, you can just, like for Janie, if she wants to get it out in February, if she wants to sell her course around March when people are spring gardening, she needs to be pinning in like December so that it's had time to go through the process. So, because it does take time. All right, SEO. Boost your email. Every blog post needs, we've already talked about this, you need a job, a job. And I would encourage to start with a lead magnet on every blog post or podcast. Whatever that content is that you're going to start putting out every other week or every week needs to have your lead magnet in it. So, and then how do we decide that? We are going to use keyword analyzers. I personally bought Uber Suggest a few years ago. It's a one-time fee, $200 or $300. But you can use the free tool, which let's just see that I should have here. This is Google Keyword Planner. And you just go in, I'll put a link to it. That'd be the easiest thing. But once you get in here, it always takes me a while. You have to click Tools, and then you click Tools, come on. And then you click Keyword Planner. And we're going to discover new keywords. And we're going to put homeschool teens. What else would you want to put in there, Michelle? Let's pick 3.
Okay.
Any kind of topic that goes along with it. Not something you've done before, just off the top of your head.
What, just
What are the
homeschooling
words?
teens? Any type of keywords?
Yeah, no, don't tell me your keywords. Just, is there anything else that would go along with what you're doing? Homeschooling teens?
Transcripts?
Let's do homeschool transcripts so we stick. Anything else? One more?
Preparing
Which
for
one goes
life.
this? Say that again?
Preparing for life. Call it,
Oh.
well, how about life skills?
Okay,
Life skills, college prep. Yeah, high school itself has a lot of stuff, like what have you said? It's
oh,
homeschool.
you know what? Homeschool, high school.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay, there we go. It's looking at all of them. Oh, it's only going to do 3 of them. So this is what homeschooling teens, it says, I think this is for the past, well, maybe this is for the past year. I don't know. No, average monthly searches, 100 to 1,000, and it is low competition. Homeschool transcript, 1,000 to 10,000, high competition. Now, don't be afraid. And this is all based on advertising, but it's still a good place for you to be able to do this. Let's change life skills to teen life skills, or we'll just leave it. Now, the problem with life skills, let's see, speaking coach, life skills for teens, 1,000 to 10,000, high competition, life skills curriculum, 1,000 to 10,000. Let's see.
So are you in
Homeschool
Google Analytics
transcript.
or are you in actually Google Ads? You're
I'm
in,
in Google Keyword Planner.
so, okay, so how do I find that?
I'm gonna give you a link.
Okay, thanks.
I mean, you can Google it and then you just have to click a few buttons to get to it.
Okay,
So homeschool transcript maker, transcript generator. Okay, homeschool, they like that homeschool transcript, but let's take off. I want it to stay with homeschooling. See that they have secondary schooling. Where are my words? Oh, some of them were oh, there we go. They took off some of them. I'm gonna take this off because I want to keep it all homeschooling related.
okay.
Let's do this. Let's go homeschool, high school, school, and keep it all homeschool just to see what happens.
Okay.
All right. I don't know why it doesn't like that high school one. It keeps taking it off. But then you're sticking with more just homeschool things here. And you might have to go and look. There may be several. I don't know why it's doing that. It doesn't like high school for some reason. Homeschooling troubled teenager, transcript for homeschool student, make a homeschool transcript. So this
And
one's low, but 100 to 1,000 isn't too bad. Free homeschool transcript, making a transcript for a homeschooler. So does this help any? I mean, I know most of it's transcript. I think if we took if you go in and get your transcript keywords that you might use, then you could go back. I mean, one thing we could just do is take transcript off and let's just see what they give us with just homeschooling teens.
what about the competition? Do we stay away from things that have high competition?
I would start with low and medium, but high isn't, I mean, I would start with low and medium just to get get some good SEO juice coming. So here we've got, now this isn't very many searches. Homeschooling teens is a higher one with low competition. And so these are smaller amounts when we just do homeschooling teens. Let's try one more thing. Homeschool high school. It's probably going to shoot it back and say no, thank you. It does not like high school in there. I don't know why.
No, it doesn't.
Um,
I don't get much when I do it in pins as well.
with
Pinterest.
yeah. You can also save the keywords in here. Let me I'm going to just show you Uber Suggest real quickly.
Now, is this for blog posts also to use these keywords?
Oh, your blog post should be using your keywords.
Right, so the same keywords that we find for Pinterest would be the same ones that would work for blog posts.
Well, I go the other way around. I use SEO and then I use that for Pinterest. Oh my. I didn't like that. Yeah, I forgot it. Let me go find my login because I'm gonna see if we can find something. Oh, there it is. Let's change this. So when I log in Suggest, I can go here to keyword research and keyword ideas. Let's just see what we get. Homeschooling teens. We're going to try high school, homeschool. Let's just try those without transcript yet and see what it comes up with. Well, it's having a hard time, isn't it? What's, oh, thank you. Just what I don't want. Okay, homeschooling teens, 140, zero high school homeschooling. And then, you've got, this is like how much in a month that people are searching. And then over here is green, yellow, and red as far as low, medium, and high. But what I like about this is we can go up here and get related words, ultimate guide to homeschooling teens. There's 10 searches. It's low, but at least there's a long tail keyword. When you just put homeschooling, the more words that you can put in, the easier it is to rank for that. And I don't know why they have all these zeros. Let's try questions. There we go. Can high schoolers be homeschooled? Which homeschool programs accredited? Let's see, prepositions.
Now, I thought
Homeschooling for
SEO
high
did not
schoolers,
like really long
2,400.
titles.
Homeschool for high schoolers, 1,600. And then we go to homeschooling for teens, 140. So it took these words and gave us other ideas that have high school in them. And that's a lot. Now, this one is yellow, so it'd be a little harder, but this top one is 14. Zero's like easy, easy, easy. Let's look at the last one, comparisons. That's not going to help you. So I think you have to just play around with it and do the best you can as far as keywords. I do think homeschool planning has a lot of keywords. I don't know if you've ever searched. So let's do one thing. Let's go to our blog post. And here it is. And I use a plugin called Yoast. And here's my keyword that I found, homeschool preschool activities. Does anyone else use Yoast? Then y'all probably already know
I
all
do.
of this. I make sure that my slug is only the words that are my keyword. I make sure I have this description has my keyword, and it tells you everything you need to know. It'll tell you how many, that if you've used your keyword before, you don't want to do that. And it'll tell you, hey, I used it 6 times. It usually tells you how many words are in here, but I don't see that. So it's going to tell you, yeah, I know I'm writing for my people. I'm not writing for SEO. But once I write for my people, then whatever I can do out of here to make it SEO friendly, I'm going to. But you're always writing to your audience, not just for SEO. That's more important. The other thing I wanted to show, so you'll see internal links. We want internal links and external links. And that is just creating a spider web inside your website when the bot lands. And it'll go, oh, look, she's got, this is not just about preschoolers. We've got independent activities. This one has probably hardly anything. That's my exterior link. So you do need linking. And y'all all got my SEO Power Pack, and that is like 2 different trainings on SEO. One goes deeper into keywords, and the other one goes deeper into linking. And then you got my interview with Monique. I don't know how to say Monique's last name, but she's an SEO guru, and so she gave some tips that were not included in the videos. That's just a general overview. You can dive deeper into SEO with those videos. But what I would suggest, just remember, this is long term. If you don't see anything changing in the first month or 2, I would encourage you to stick with it with both of these for at least 5 or 6 months and watch your Google Analytics and see what's going on there. Point your blog and Pinterest. I would focus on one lead magnet. Oh, Jen, look at you go. Does anyone else use another keyword tool? Homeschooling high school 3,200, homeschool high school
I
5,400.
I use one called Keywords Everywhere, and it actually is like a plugin to Google Chrome. And so I use it
Oh,
right there in the browser. It's really nifty. And so like you just go into Google, into the Google search bar and search for whatever you want to search, and it shows you the all the stats for that keyword there, but it also shows the stats for every blog post that comes up in the search results. It's really helpful.
And
so
where do you
good.
find this?
Tell us the name of that one again.
Keywords everywhere. It's like
Just put it in the
$20 a
chat.
year.
I will tell
Or-
you, Uber Suggest actually has something similar. I just am bad at not using it, but you can
Yeah,
put the little plug in and it's going to tell you all this information about
yeah.
whatever.
Ahrefs also has one that's free that goes into the browser, but I don't like it nearly as much.
Okay,
But
thank you.
mhm.
Did you say that that would cost keywords everywhere?
It's like $20 a year, and you get,
Oh,
I
wow.
think, 10,000 um, keyword
Searches.
results. I have never used that many, even when I search all the time. It used to be like 10 when I first got it, but I think it's gone up to 20 now. But it's super affordable and, in my opinion, worth every penny because
Yes,
that is my main source of traffic right now. And it really works for me, anyway.
that's so good to
Thank
hear.
you.
Thank you. Um, okay, so here's what I would encourage you to do. Take your lead magnet, and if you don't have a pin for it, go make a pin. Go to Canva, type in template, wherever the template section is, pins, and find a template that you like and make a pin for it right now today. Now remember, just because it is the wrong color scheme, that's okay because you can go in there and change the colors of the letters. You can change the font to be whatever your brand's font is. Find something that looks where the image is in the right place and it's got the words that you need. And make a pin and make sure you get one of those. I just get a circle graphic and put it somewhere that makes sense. And then on top of that circle, I put free, whatever it is, so that people can see that there's something free, and then go put it on your landing page or your blog post or wherever you've been working on to give this thing away. So that's one. And then if you do have time, go to the blog post maybe for this lead magnet and make sure that Yoast, you've got everything optimized for that. And so you've got a pin, you're going to pin it today if you can to your best of board or whatever board you have that has only your pins on that board. Okay. So we're going to meet back in about 30 minutes or so. It'd be 2:30 my time, 2:35, and work on that. And I don't know what time it is. So in 30, 35 minutes, I am going to turn this off again just so I can get the recording because as long as it's open, it won't let me process even part of a recording. Any questions before we leave? Okay. Time to work.